On Sunday, November 5th, most United States will take an hour back to standard time as part of 6-month ritual changing country's time. Most analysis surrounding American clock changes twice a year includes health effects daylight saving time, which contains a higher risk cardiac problems in midst deterioration sleeping programs. But economic transition has not focused so much. However, research shows change of clock twice a year has negative effects on money side of things that are very real and evidence increases. A study published by researchers from several business schools last year found that investors and capital market participants were slower to respond to accounting reports in a week, which fell in the middle of the earnings season. The authors wrote, "These results are most powerful among most powerful companies that have a higher probability to transactions on earnings news and have a less sophisticated investor base.as investors' pessimism, which is underlying market response to news of earnings, reveals that it is directed by reactions in accordance with pessimism." 3 On Sunday, November 5th, most of the U.S. will turn their hours back to return to daylight. Another business school researcher found an increase in workplace injuries on Monday following the DST. Not only that, but the injuries were more severe. This increased by 67. A subsequent study discovered that there was a sharp increase in cyberloafing once on Monday after the DST, and that employees have shifted applications for non-work-related activities. 3A study published by the researchers last year found that investors and capital market participants were slower respond to accounting reports after moving DST. There is also evidence that time change leads to an increase in heart attack, paralysis and depression and leads to an increase in health costs. Given that the change in DST is linked to sudden increases in car accidents, even going to work becomes more treacherous and expensive. The collective impact these factors is difficult to determine the real amount of dollar. But a decade Chumura Economy and Analytics, a decree, found that spring change costs more than $433 million to the U.S. economy, despite evidence showing that change of clocks had negative effects on health and economy of Americans. Effort to end practice in Congress stopped. Senator Marco Rubio, R-Fla, the Sunshine Protection Law olan, which eliminates time change, was unanimously with Rıza last year, but the Assembly never took the Congress. Rubio reintroduced his legislation in March, supported by several senators from both sides of the political corridor, and Representative Vern Buchanan, R-Fla. Both invoices remain in the committees.